Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is human trafficking, and we're fortunate to have with us to talk about human trafficking Ms. CGreenlee4. Ms. CGreenlee4 has been with us on a number of occasions, and I think, Ms. CGreenlee4, you certainly are not a stranger to any members of our audience this morning. They've seen you on a number of occasions, going way, way back here. But now I think you've got another topic that you'd like to talk about, Ms. CGreenlee4, and that's human trafficking in the state of Tennessee and other areas that you might be familiar with. And so let's start off by having you to give us some information about your background, your education, and some of your experiences, some of the things that led you to that chair this morning. And then during the second segment, we will be more specific, talking about human trafficking in the second and third segment and the impact that this is having on individuals, upon governments, and et cetera, from your perspective.
Yes, thank you again, Dr. Haynes, for having me. You know, earlier on your shows, I've always talked about my background as being coming up with two alcoholic parents and being a lack of school and education and being put in the hands of abusive men with sexual activities happening to me at the age of 5. And so that led into sex trafficking for me. And I started talking to you guys about youth violence because of the death of my own son. And I really hardly never talk about that part of my life. And recently, that part of my book has opened back up. And I've always said there's no shame in my game. I've already been spoken plainly enough to tell people who I am. And once I saw the background of sex trafficking that's really happening here in Tennessee with our little girls and some little boys, then I asked my God to give me permission to come and talk about the other part of my life. And that's exactly why I'm here now, to tell people that not only am I not ashamed to talk about the drug addiction, the prostitution, and the lifestyle that I lived, but I want to talk about how that got started. And when you talk about sex trafficking, you don't really think about well, they was put out there to prostitute. They was wanting to make this money and all like that. No, I wanted to just set the record straight that when you talk to the little girls and you tell the little girls, well, why, you know, when you become sexual active at 11 and 12 years old, 9 out of 10 they're going to tell you because they already had men funneling with them when they was 5 years old. So when I got funneled with at 5 years old, it automatically took me not into a traumatized situation, but it also took me in the fear of minions. And so then it also took you into the zone where you want to be loved now because you don't have self-esteem and you're wondering why this happened to you. And so falling back off of that, as I got older, like 10, 11 years old, men still was dealing with me sexually and no one was there to protect me because remember, my parents was alcoholics. My siblings are younger than me and my oldest brother was never home anyway. And that led to me being 12 years old and being lured in by another man, another strange man, just coming and bringing me products like necklaces, like tennis shoes, like dresses, come and lure me in the neighborhood to talk about, I think you look pretty in this. And once I accepted that, then that started the lifestyle of me being sex trafficked.
You think that that's quite common among many young women, young girls, and that is a method that they use in terms of trying to get control of young girls?
Yes, this is why I chose to come, and I thank you again for asking me, because I want them to know this, that these young girls are not being asked to be sex trafficked. They're being lured in, and some of them are being lured in by their boyfriend. Because when you came to the word sex trafficking, well, first it started prostitution, and now certain set of people have become victims of sex trafficking, that everybody is using that word. But some of us has been lured in by our boyfriends, not pimps, because there's no more pimps like the early 70s. And I tell people all the time,